We begin with breaking news this morning. An investigation is underway after an officer-involved shooting in Lynchburg. It happened last night just after 8 at the Super 8 Motel on Candler's Mountain Road. And when officers contacted the man in the hotel room, they discovered that he was armed with a weapon and had barricaded himself with a hostage. After negotiations failed, the man confronted officers while holding the hostage, and when he refused to follow repeated commands to disarm, an officer shot him. The suspect died at the scene. State police are investigating. Please stay with us here on air and online for the latest.